What if your father offered you a fortune, but the price was betraying your brother and your faith? For two brothers in 13th century Japan, this was no hypothetical. The promise of the family estate turned one brother's mind into a battleground between loyalty and greed. To save himself, he'd have to find the key to conquering his mind before it conquered him. The Ikegami brothers, Munenaka and Munenaga, were followers of the Buddhist teacher Nichiren, putting them in direct conflict with their powerful father. To break their spirit, the father disowned the older son, Munenaka. Then, he gave the younger brother, Munenaga, a cruel choice. Renounce your faith, turn on your brother, and the entire family fortune is yours. Suddenly, Munenaga's mind was a war zone. On one side, loyalty and faith. On the other, wealth, power, and the fatherly approval he craved. He could feel himself starting to slip. At his breaking point, Munenaga received a letter from his teacher, Nichiren. It contained a single, powerful principle. One should become the master of his mind rather than let his mind master him. To be mastered by your mind is to be a slave to every impulse and fear. But to master it means anchoring yourself to something unchanging, a deep value or a core belief. For the brothers, this anchor was their faith. The letter was a compass, teaching them to steer their minds toward a fixed point, rather than being tossed around by the storm of temptation. This advice was a lifeline, but the temptation didn't just disappear. Their father's pressure was constant. So Munenaga practiced a new strategy. Instead of fighting every dark thought, he re-anchored his mind to the wisdom in the letter. Crucially, he didn't do it alone. The brothers united, becoming each other's strength. When Munenaga's resolve wavered, Munenaka was there to reinforce their shared purpose. Every day became a choice, their anchor over their anxiety, their unity over their ambition. Finally, the moment of truth came. Munenaga stood before his father, the family fortune still on the table. But the battlefield in his mind had gone quiet. With a steady voice, he respectfully declined. He chose his brother and his faith. He chose to be the master of his own mind. Seeing their unbreakable bond, their father was stunned. Faced with his son's integrity, his own heart began to change. 2 years later, their father not only accepted their faith, but converted to the very teachings he fought against. They won their father's heart by refusing to break their values. The Ikegami brothers teach us that our minds can be our greatest ally or our worst enemy. Mastering your mind isn't about emptying it of all feeling. It's about giving it direction. It means choosing an anchor, a purpose, a core value, or a commitment, and holding on when the storms of life try to rip you away. If this story resonated with you, subscribe for more timeless wisdom, and share this video with someone who might be facing a difficult choice of their own.